Hey guys, it's been a little while since I've made a video. I thought my local comic shop had gone out of business and that really disappointed me, but this guy bought it out and reopened it, and he had a big sale for free comic book day, and thought I'd go and see what I could find, and picked up some pretty cool stuff. He had some graphic novels for in a box for $1 a piece, and show you what I picked up. Picked up Common Grounds from Top Cow. This is kind of an offbeat book. It's about a coffee shop where heroes and villains meet up at the end of the day and just kind of chill out. This along the order of what you might expect from an Astro City type comic, where the heroic acts are kind of take a back seat a little bit. I thought the story was actually pretty interesting. It delves into some personal issues and things you don't normally see. So if you can find it for cheap, I got it for $1. I'd pick it up. Picked up The Agency, Volume 1 from Top Cow. This one, I'm kind of indifferent on. It looked pretty cool, and the just kind of thumbing through it, and got to reading it. And it's not one of my favorites, but if you like books where there's people with superpowers who have no compunction about just killing other people, and they're the heroes, then by all means pick it up. Picked up The Darkness Accursed, Volume 3. Picked up Accursed, Volume 5. Picked up Secret Histories Omnibus from Archaia. This, as you can see, it's a pretty thick book. Hardcover, too. Got it for $1. Mainly picked it up because it had Jimi Hendrix on the cover, and anything with Hendrix on the cover has got to be cool. And also picked up Robert E. Howard's Hawks of Outremer from Boom Studios. If you have not got this book and you are a Sword and Sorcery fan, shame on you. This is, of course, Robert E. Howard's known for Conan. This is, what's his name? Cormac Fitzgeoffrey. And he has no master. This is a really cool story. The art's great. It's, of course, typical Robert E. Howard stuff, and if you can find it for cheap, highly recommend it. Alright, on to the comics. Got Uncanny X-Men number 305. Got Green Lantern number 119. I like Hal Jordan and I like the Spectre, so figured I couldn't go wrong with this one. Got Rio at Bay from Doug Wildey. As you know, Doug Wildey's the guy who created Johnny Quest. He did quite a bit of comic work, I think, in the 50s. This is his typical tough guy, rock 'em, sock 'em, fight 'em out, shoot 'em up type of story. And I greatly enjoyed it. If you can find anything by Doug Wildey for cheap, I recommend picking it up. Got Mr. Monster, number 7. I've always liked Mr. Monster. It's just one of those books. It's kind of one of my guilty pleasures. Violent, funny, all at the same time. So if you can find it for cheap, grab it. Now, Mr. Monster's True Crime Comics, number 2. This is reprints of old pre-code crime comics, and it's got some Jack Cole art and some Jack Davis and some of the other guys who worked at EC back in the 50s. You can find these for cheap. I highly recommend picking them up unless you're one of those fortunate few that's got enough money to buy the originals. Got Ms. Tree, number 9. I've always liked this book. It's your basic detective story, you know, and of course the lady is the detective. Anyway, I like these books. So also got number 11, which is one I had never seen before because it was the number 9 I just showed is actually the last issue from Eclipse, and Dave Sim and his publishing company picked it up. So anyway, I'd never seen this one, but this story is actually pretty cool. It's about a singles killer who goes into singles bars and picks up people, and well, the cover kind of tells you what happens. Ms. Tree, number 32. This is about a young lady who runs away from home and gets involved in porno movies, and when her parents go to get her, she's dead. So they hire Miss Tree to figure out who killed her. Well, unfortunately, that's in number 33. And they didn't have number 33, so I'm going to have to try to find that to find out who did it, even though I have my suspicions. Got J.G. Jones and Mark Waid, Strange Fruit, number 2 of 4. This book is pretty cool. It's set in the 1930s, as you can guess by the Art Deco stuff on the front. And it's set in the South. It reads like one of the old pulp stories that you might read in Weird Tales and all those Hugo Gernsback, pulp magazines from that time period. If you can find this for cheap, I recommend picking it up. I'm probably going to try to get the other 3 issues. The comic shop didn't have them. Got Iron Man, number 201. Nothing really special about this issue. It's just an Iron Man issue, kind of a fill-in between 200 and 202. But it's still pretty cool. Got Legion of Superheroes, Annual, number 1. Who Shot Laurel Kent? This story, I haven't read it yet, but I remember people talking about it back when it came out, those many years ago. And I've kind of wanted to pick up a copy since then, and finally found one really cheap, so picked it up. Got Daredevil number 295, side by side with the Ghost Rider. And next issue, number 296. Hold on a sec. Alright, trying to get back focused here. Saint of Killers, number 1, Garth Ennis. Also got Saint of Killers, number 2. I picked these up just because they're freaking funny. Gru the Wanderer from Pacific, number 4. I picked this one up because of the cover, but Sergio Aragon's took this character, and honest to goodness, this is one of the funniest comics I have ever read. If you're a sword and sorcery fan, hardcore, you probably won't like it because he takes a lot of the sword and sorcery, conventions and skewers them pretty bad. But it's really funny. It really is. Plus, I like the Frazetta-esque homage cover. Also got number 44 from Marvel, Gru the Wanderer. This one focuses on his dog, who, to be quite honest, is probably more of a warrior than Gru is, but that's neither here nor there. Also got Marvel Comics Presents, number 83 with Weapon X. I've got most of the issues around this one, but didn't have these 2, which I'm fixing to show the next one. So picked it up for cheap. Plus the cover's pretty cool. Also got number 84, which has got a really cool wraparound cover. Basically, it's the mirror image on the back, what you see on the front. Got the Black Hood, number 1, from Red Circle. This is, you know, Archie trying to resurrect some of their old 1940s heroes. And it's got Alex Toth art and I think Dan Spiegel. Gray Morrow does a story in there. It's pretty cool if you like old 1940s-esque type stories. Also picked up The Fly, number 3, same reason. Tales of the Unexpected, number 6, with the Spectre and the Phantom Stranger. I've always liked these characters, and you know, for cheap as I got them, I felt couldn't go wrong. So got Avengers, number 367. What can I tell you? I like the cover. Got Sergeant Rock, number 401. Anytime I can find Joe Kubert stuff and it's cheap, I'm going to pick it up. Got Sergeant Rock Annual, number 4. Same reason. GI Combat, number 247. Number 270. Yeah, I know this is moving around a lot, but this tripod I've got this thing on is very unstable. GI Combat number 271. So got 279. One of my favorite ones that I picked up was this one, The Unknown Soldier, number 219. I have always liked this character. I've got a couple of omnibuses on my shelf that where they reprinted, you know, these stories, and I think this is one of the more underrated Joe Kubert characters that there's ever been. Got Lancelot Strong, The Shield, number 1. Another MLJ resurrection. Got Final Crisis, number 3. And number 4. Also picked up DC Comics Presents, number 69. Superman and Blackhawk. And as you can see, it's got Einstein in the background, so I'm sure it's probably got something to do with the atomic bomb. Go ahead and move those. Also picked up Batman Confidential, number 14. This is the second issue of the reappearance of the Wrath that was introduced back in the 80s in a Batman special. Also picked up number 15. And to finish it up, number 16. Also got Batman Confidential number 25. I just like the cover. He's beat the crap out of the Riddler. Well, what's not to love? Got number 37. This one continues a story that started, I think, in number 36. It's been a while since I've read number 36, but this has got something to do with the Nazis, and I remember saying to myself, I have got to get the rest of these issues. So I was able to do that. Also got number 38. And to finish it up, number 39. Got Gotham Knights, number 25. Love that Brian Boland cover. Also got number 26. And number 28. Not familiar with this villain, but he looked pretty cool and thought I'd pick it up. Also got number 30. If I'm not mistaken, this is, well, of course, it's another fight between Batman and Azrael. The one back years ago when Batman took the mantle back from Azrael was actually a pretty tame fight. From what I understand, this one is not so tame. If I'm correct, this is one where Batman beats the ever-loving snot out of Azrael. Anyway, also picked up number 31. I like the cover. Plus, I like Batman. Also got Gotham Knights, number 47. And number 48. Got 59. I mean, what can I tell you? Mr. Freeze about to drive a stake in the Back of Batman's head. I mean, how cool can you get? Got Sting of the Green Hornet from Now Comics. Number 2. Anytime I see Hitler on the cover of a book with a Nazi symbol above him and a pretty lady, I gotta pick it up because I know it's going to be cool. Picked this one up because I heard a lot of people have recommended this book, Superman number 3 for the Dark Side story. You know, I had to slake my curiosity and see what this story's all about. So, this next one I picked up because I used to have this book as a kid. And I remember looking at all the cool toys that were in it. So, just as a nostalgia thing, I picked this one up. It was really cheap, and plus, for those of you who love first appearances, this is the first appearance of that guy. So, picked up issue of Southern Bastards number 2, which is a second print, but I've got these in trade, but just thought it'd be cool to have a couple of the original issues. Got reprint Tales from the Crypt presents The Vault of Horror number 2, old EC comic story reprints. Tales from the Crypt number 2. This has got a Jack the Ripper story in it and Frankenstein. So this one I wasn't going to pass up. Brave and the Bold, the new series, or the newer series, number 13, Batman and the Golden Age Flash. I've always been a Golden Age Flash fan, been a Batman fan for a long time, so putting these two together, you couldn't have kept this book away from me if you tried. Tales of the Legion of Superheroes, number 329. In this classic tale of tragedy and triumph, a Legionnaire will die. Yeah, we'll see. Picked up DC Superstars, number 15, with Sergeant Rock, the Unknown Soldier, and Mademoiselle Marie. Again, Nazi, rockets on the front, Sergeant Rock, Unknown Soldier. I mean, what's not to love? Action Comics, number 433. This one is in, pretty rotten shape, but who the heck cares? I paid less than 50 cents for it, so if I don't do anything but read it, that's all that matters anyway. Picked up Wolverine number 138, where he faces off against Galactus. Yeah, the cover's pretty accurate. The battle you never dreamed you'd see. Don't know how this goes, but think it'll be a fun read regardless. That Robin, number 168, part of the Resurrection of a Ra's al Ghul storyline. Also got number 169. That Robin, Year 1, number 3. And number 4. Picked up Astro City, a Visitor's Guide. I'm an Astro City fan. I like Busiek's work. And this one is one that I didn't have. I had actually seen it a couple times and didn't pick it up. This time I bit the bullet and got it. And lastly, got Vigilante Annual number 1. I didn't like this character when he came out back a long time ago. But I picked up a couple of the Alan Moore books that he wrote for Vigilante, and I picked up some other Vigilante issues. It's not too bad. I mean, when you can get it really cheap, it's a fun read. Anyway, that concludes my haul. Hope there was something that you saw that you enjoyed seeing. Like, subscribe, comment. My next video is probably going to be from Heroes Con, and I can't wait for that one. So until then, have a good one.